Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to strip away the sheer complexity of modern medicine and uncover the absolute structural foundation of the global healthcare industry. We're looking past the familiar brand names, the slick marketing, and those crowded pharmacy shelves to focus on the raw, underlying reality of how drugs are actually made. The global pharmaceutical market is a multi-trillion-dollar behemoth, but at its very core, it relies entirely on one specific component. Literally, without this foundational starting material, the entire healthcare system just grinds to a halt. Our source material lays it out perfectly. It states that every tablet, capsule, or injection begins its life as an active pharmaceutical ingredient. This means months, or honestly, sometimes even years, before a pill is ever pressed into that familiar round shape you see in your medicine cabinet. Its life starts as a highly specific, painstakingly manufactured chemical. Getting a drug from a raw chemical state into a usable medicine is an incredibly complex process, but it always starts right here. It's the absolute genesis of every treatment on the market today. Okay, let's dive into this. It sounds highly technical, right? But understanding this single chemical distinction is basically the master key to decoding the entire pharmaceutical supply chain. So what exactly is this chemical, and why does it dictate global health economics? Well, if you're looking to understand where the real power and bottlenecks lie in this sector, you simply cannot skip this. We have to separate the actual medicine from its packaging. By definition, an active pharmaceutical ingredient, or API, is the specific chemical substance in a medicine that produces the intended therapeutic effect. In really simple terms, the API is the actual chemical that does the healing. It's the exact part that actively lowers your fever, fights the infection, or drops your blood pressure. And producing this specific molecule requires intense, complex chemistry, massive reactor tanks, and extremely precise engineering. Everything else in that tablet you swallow, well, it's just a vehicle. It's just there for delivery and has absolutely zero therapeutic value on its own. To put that into a relatable perspective, think about baking. If a finished medicine is a chocolate chip cookie, the cookie dough, the flour, the sugar, the butter, is just the delivery mechanism. The API is the chocolate chip. It is the core active ingredient that actually makes a chocolate chip cookie what it is. Everything else is just holding that crucial component together so a patient can actually consume it. In the pharma world, that dough is made up of excipients, things like binders, fillers, and colors. But their whole purpose is just to get that chocolate chip safely into your system. Now, this childlike analogy is brilliant because it's so true. Without those chocolate chips, you just have empty dough that doesn't actually cure your chocolate craving, right? In medicine, without the API, you just have an empty pill that does absolutely nothing for your illness. The entire medical and financial value of the drug rests solely on that one active molecule. It is quite literally the only thing the body actually cares about. If a manufacturer can't secure that specific molecule, they literally cannot manufacture the drug, no matter how much binder and filler they have sitting in their warehouses. Let's see how this builds into actual industry terminology. What a 5-year-old calls the chocolate chip, a senior analyst in the pharmaceutical sector calls the drug substance. That's your pure, synthesized API molecule, usually manufactured in raw powder form. On the flip side, the finished patient-ready tablet, the fully baked cookie packaged in a blister pack, is known as the drug product. And look, this distinction isn't just semantics. It's a hard line that divides the entire pharmaceutical manufacturing universe into two totally distinct business models. Returning to our baking metaphor, this divide really dictates the entire global industry structure. The companies operating in the API space aren't the local bakers selling you a final sandwich. No, they are chemical titans. They manufacture the raw flour or the chocolate chips in massive, multi-ton industrial quantities. They strictly specialize in complex chemical reactions at huge industrial plants. Then, they sell this raw material in bulk drums to entirely different companies, known as formulators. Those formulators are the ones who take that bulk substance, bake it into consumer-friendly pills, package them, and ship them off to hospitals and patients. When we look at the Indian API industry, there are 4 major anchors dominating the landscape, but their business models around these chocolate chips vary wildly. For example, you have companies like RD Drugs operating basically as volume-driven commodity houses. They pump out thousands of tons of basic, widely used APIs, like standard antibiotics. It's a high-volume, lower-margin game. Then, on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, you have giants like Divi's Laboratories or Newland. They operate in custom synthesis, acting as highly exclusive manufacturing partners for big innovator clients. Instead of generic commodities, they're making incredibly complex, patented molecules, where the margins are way higher and the chemistry is exponentially harder. And then you have players like Loris Labs, navigating right between those worlds. balancing generic scale with specialized synthesis. But the key takeaway here is that regardless of their strategy, every single one of these multi-billion-dollar titans is dealing purely in the drug's substance. Their entire economic engine relies on being the absolute best at making that single active ingredient. But there is a massive geopolitical catch here, and it's highlighted by one staggering number: 70%. See, India has the infrastructure and the chemical expertise to manufacture more of these finished API molecules than almost any country on Earth. They are an absolute powerhouse at turning out the drug's substance. Yet, to feed those massive chemical reactors, the industry still relies on importing roughly 70% of the absolute base chemicals, known as key starting materials, or KSMs, directly from China. So even the giants making the chocolate chips still need to buy the cocoa beans from someone else. And that brings us to a massive underlying tension for the industry. The deepest vulnerability in modern medicine is having scale without full self-reliance. Owning all that API manufacturing capacity actually means very little if the basic chemical feedstock to run those factories can be choked off by a single geography. If a geopolitical event or a global trade shock disrupts that initial supply chain, those massive reactors in India go quiet. Global production of the API stops entirely, formulators run out of material to make the pills, and ultimately, pharmacy shelves go empty. It's a fragile bottleneck hiding right in plain sight. To conclude, knowing now that a single active molecule, a single chocolate chip of chemistry, dictates the entire structure of global healthcare economics, what are you going to think about the next time you pop a simple painkiller? Seriously, next time you take a pill, will you just see the medicine, or will you see the vast, complex, and deeply vulnerable global supply chain packed inside that tiny capsule?